we're going to do an all-round practice. So we're going to start off with a bit of, we're going to do some yin, we're going to work into the abs, and then we're going to do sort of like a flow for a bit of everything. So we're going to start by coming onto our backs, and I want you to have the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide, or you can bring the knees bent like so, especially if you've got any lower back pains. And just close down the eyes and soften the face, and you can bring the hands to rest gently on the belly. And just breathing in and out for a few moments, and maybe sigh out the first few exhales. Just bring your awareness into the breath. Just notice how you're feeling right here, right now. As you breathe in, just feel the ribs expand as they press into the hands. And exhale all the way out. Maybe take the hands around the back of the ribs as well. Just notice that natural curve of the lumbar spine. Just breathing into the back as well. Just slowly moving your awareness to the chest and the shoulders now. And as you breathe and just feel that lift. And breathe out as we lower. Maybe try to spend a few moments on breathing like this during the day. As we said, especially with working from home, it's really good for the posture as well. Just to create that length and space. Really listening to your body during the practice. Just be mindful of how you feel. Just come back to the breath as many times as you need. We're just going to take a couple more breaths. I'm going to let somebody else into the room. So just take a couple more breaths where you are. And we're going to slowly bring the legs and the knees in towards each other. Just bring each knee into the chest. Give yourself a nice little hug and a gentle rock from side to side. And we're going to come to stillness. And inhales, you lift the forehead towards the knees and take the hands out wide. Exhale to low. Take two more. And release. And slowly bring the feet to the mat. Take the arms to the side. And we're going to inhale as we lift the hips up, coming into our bridge pose. You can make this dynamic. You can engage the inner thigh muscles. Try to keep the knees a little bit in line, if that's possible. And feel that engagement of the quads as well, and then the glutes as we lift. Let's take one more inhale. And exhale as we gently release back to the mat. We're going to move into a little bit of yin. So if you've got your belt handy, take a hold of it. We're going to just work into the legs for a few moments. So I want you to take that right foot, place the belt around it, and lift up. Try and keep the elbows on the mat so we've got a nice, secure hold. And straighten that left leg, or you can keep that knee bent. And we're going to do that just inhale as we slowly draw that right leg towards the upper body. We're working into the hamstrings. So you can bring a little bend if you want. If you're losing the stretch, then just take that leg away slightly. But you may find as you're breathing into it that you are finding more space. Doesn't matter if you're not. We're all different. I'm going to be here for a little bit longer so you can make any adjustments that you want. Just keep breathing all the way in, and all the way out. And when you're ready, slowly release, take that belt away and just squeeze that knee into the chest. And let's rotate that ankle in both directions. Nice. And we're going to stick with the right for a little bit longer. So we take the belt again around that right foot. Just take hold of it with the right hand. Place the left hand on the left hip. You can straighten that leg or keep that knee bent. And just slowly open out that right leg towards the right. So we're opening out the hips here as well. So just be careful and use that belt to support you, keep you safe. This should feel quite strong on the inner thigh of that right leg. So just take it easy. Stay for a little bit longer. When you're ready, want you to slowly come out of it. So you can gently bend that right knee, bring it back towards you. Just give it a nice little squeeze, rotate, point and flex. We're going to move to the other side. So I'm just going to spin around. I want you to take the belt around that left foot this time. Keep the right knee bent or straight, your choice. And we're going to slowly draw that left leg towards the face and towards the upper body. I'm tighter on this side. Just work with it. Take your time, breathe in, breathe out. A few more breaths. So remember, you can make any adjustments. When you're ready, let's slowly come out and give that leg a nice little squeeze. And let's rotate the ankle in both directions. We're going to stick with the left. I'm going to take that belt there again around that left foot, nice and secure. Take hold of the belt with the left hand, right hand on the right hip, straight leg or bent. And we're going to start bringing that left leg out towards the left. This is quite a nice hip opener as well. So remember to just take it to your edge. Whatever that is right now. Just a few more breaths. When you're ready, slowly come out. Give yourself a nice little squeeze, and we're going to flex and point that foot. And what I want you to do now is I want you to just rock up, and we're going to come into another yin pose, and it's going to be frog pose. So I want you to bring the legs out like so. You can flex the feet and slowly bring your upper body towards the mat. Just bring those legs out as wide as it's comfortable. This is quite strong on these inner thigh muscles. We're just going to settle in here for a few breaths. So be careful, this is quite a strong pose. And I suppose it's a position that we don't do very often. And remember, if you start to feel any pain or discomfort, then just come out of it a little bit. It's a good stretch. Just a few more breaths. And I want you to come out of it safely. So just bring the hands onto the mat and slowly draw the legs together. And we're going to just do a counter pose here. So I want you to bring the feet together like so. Bring the hands behind you, fingers pointing towards the toes, and just lift up into your reverse plank. Just let the head drop. When you're ready, slowly come out of it. So tuck the chin in as we gently bring the hips back down. I'm going to bend the knees into the chest and just give yourself a nice little hug. Just being mindful of how you're feeling. Just squeeze it all in. Then I want you to inhale as you open out into your boat pose. Just remember your alignment in boat pose here as well. So nice and strong in the spine. And slowly come all the way down. Take the arms up and over. Nice big stretch. And release. All right, that's really good, guys. We're going to move into a little bit on the abs. So what I want you to do is if you've got a block or a cushion or something, whatever's handy, I want you to bring it onto the tops of the thighs here, just near the knees. And I want you to bring the elbows there as well. And let's lift the chest up. So we're already engaged in the abs. And I want you to take that left leg out and bring it in. Right leg out, bring it in. And just go through a few of these. And then come back to center, hold it here, and release. And just take the block out. Just have a few moments to rest. And we're going to do another exercise. And this time we're going to take the block or the blanket or the cushion. I'm going to place it in between the legs, just towards the feet. And we're going to take the arms by the side. And we're going to take our leg raises. Now you've got options here. You can take it as far down as it's comfortable and come up. And as you come up, if you want, you can just jump the hips up as well. Just for that added extra. Just working with your own breath. You can tap the abs if you want. I find it's quite good for me because it kind of motivates me. So let's just take a couple more if you want. It's quite strong. You do feel it. Let's come all the way back to center. Release the block and just hug it in. Nice little squeeze and a gentle rock from side to side. Okay, so for the next one, we're going to work into the obliques. So we're going to bring the feet onto the mat. We're going to lift the chest off. So we're already engaged in the obliques. And take the hand to touch the right heel. Come through center to the left. Do as many as you want, but let's aim for 10 on each side. Remember to do it nice and slow. When you've done your 10, I've completely lost count, but when you're ready, just slowly come out of it and release. And just take the block and move it to the side. I'm just going to take a few breaths here. And I want you to keep the knees bent and bring the arms out wide. And we're going to inhale as we lift the hips, shift them slightly to the right, and we're going to twist over to the left. So just do what you need. You can grab hold of the outside of that right leg and just draw yourself deeper into it. Just take a couple more breaths in. When you're ready, let's take it all the way back to center. Bring the arms to the side of the body. We're going to inhale as we come up into bridge pose. You can lift a leg up if you want and hold it for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. And we're going to take the arms out wide, lift the hips up, shift them to the left as we twist to the right. So we're breathing into that left side body. But you can take it deeper with that. You're doing really well, guys. So let's just take a couple more breaths. When you're ready, slowly coming back to center. You're going to bring the arms to the side and we're going to lift up into bridge pose. And you've got the option of taking the other leg up. It's up to you. Try not to lose that lift. For 3, for 2, for 1, and release. Slowly come down. And this time we're going to have a nice stretch. And in your own time, just roll over onto your front. I want you to bring the hands towards the shoulders, press the tops of the feet into the mat, and we're going to come up into our up dog. So just change your alignment if you need to. If you've got a lot of pinching at the lower back here, or you've got lower back pains, you can just bring the hands out a bit further and a bit wider. So just have a little play around with it. Take a couple more breaths. And slowly come back. And you can take it slow if you want to work into the triceps on the way down. We're going to take the arms out behind us, fingers pointing towards the toes. And I want you to inhale as you lift. You can take the feet off as well. And I want you to feel that space in the ribs, lifting the sternum. So we're not pinching here to get that lift. It's all strong and length. Breathe in for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. And bring it back. And we're going to inhale to lift again. So I really want you to try to home in that idea of creating that length here. So we're not just lifting up on the pubic bone, but we're creating that space. Feel like the chest is drawing forwards and ups and up. For 3, for 2, for 1, and release. And we're going to do a couple more on the front, and this time I want you to bring the arms out in front of you and inhale as you lift. So we're just working into the various back muscles as well. Let's stay here for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. You can change it up for the last one. You could bring the arms out to the sides. You can keep them in front. And we're going to inhale and lift for the last time. Remember to feel that breath in the back as well. Let's stay here for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. So when you're ready, just take a couple more breaths here, and we're going to meet in our tabletop position. So let's tuck the toes under and lift up. Get the knees under the hips, wrists below the shoulders, and we're going to take our cat-cow breath. So as you inhale, tilt the pelvis towards the mat, draw the belly down, shoulders come in towards each other. Exhale, let's reverse that motion. Just flow through a few of these. You can change it up a little bit, depending on what you need right now. You can do a few on the fingertips. Take it outside to side. Take the hands the other way so the fingers point towards the body. Just a few ideas. Slowly, slowly, let's meet back in our neutral spine. What I want you to do from here is to come onto the forearms, and we're going to come into our forearm plank. So you can have the hands together or out separate. Take each foot out one at a time, and we're going to hold forearm plank for a few breaths. If you want to make it a bit more challenging, you can rock it out to the left and to the right. Keep the shoulders nice and strong. We're going to stay here for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. Drop the knees and just pop it into child's pose for a few moments. Slowly make your way back into tabletop. Press the hands into the mat. Tuck the toes under. Lift the hips up, coming into downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Bend the knees. Do what you need. Remember to press the hands into the mat. Draw the shoulders away from each other. So create that space. We're going to inhale to lift the heels. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One more time. Lift and hold. And release. And we're going to take 3 lined breaths here. And just pay a little attention to the back here as well. So I want to be breathing into the pelvis, breathing into the spine. So we're keeping that part of the body nice and strong. If you want to mix it up a little bit, you can lower the elbows, work the triceps. So your choice. And take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, gaze between the hands and slowly walk the feet towards the hands. So we're going to come to the top of the mat Coming into our ragdoll pose. So just shake it out, swing it out, do whatever you need. Just shake the head, nod the head. And slowly come to your point. So whether it's taking hold of the mat, the big toes, shins, knees, whatever. And I want you to inhale as you lift the chest, straighten the arms. Exhale to fold. Go through a few of these. Remember, you can add that bend to the knees. And just let the back relax. Just let gravity do its thing. Just come to hanging. Let's slowly start coming all the way up. Lead with the chest. Keep that bend in the knees if you need to. All the way up. Take the fingers up towards the sky. You can come onto the tiptoes if you want. Hold it here and release. Let's take a few big shoulder rolls. Both directions. What I want you to do is take hold of the hands behind the back. Take the palms to face away from you like so. Just open the chest. Lift the arms, lift, lift, lift. And slowly release. Just come into our mountain pose. You can bring the feet together if you want. Lift the toes up, spread them out as you bring them back to the mat. Shoulders away from the ears, arms by the side. A little bit of weight towards the heels. Nice, normal pelvis. We're going to inhale to rise. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back into plank pose. And we're going to hold plank for a little bit longer. So really work into the triceps here. Draw the heels away. Check your alignment. Engage the core. You can drop the knees at any time. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, let's bend those elbows, hug them in towards the ribs. Inhale, we open the heart. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice and strong in the back. You can do the elbow dips here as well if you want to work into the triceps a little bit more. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, gaze between the hands, step or walk feet to hands. We're going to inhale for our halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, gaze up. Exhale to release. Just take a few moments there. We're going to come into chair pose, so you can bring the feet a little bit further apart if that helps. We're going to inhale as we dip and sweep. Always keep the knees in line if that's how your body works. Gauge the core, so zip up through that midline, so nice and strong. You can come onto the balls of the feet, and you can sink it a little deeper. Your choice. Nice and strong. Breathe in, breathe out. Take one more inhale, and exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale as we step it into plank pose. Hold it here a little bit longer. Keep it nice and strong in the shoulders as well. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, bend those elbows, hug them in towards the ribs. Inhale, you open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. You're going to inhale that right leg in the air. Exhale, bring that knee into the nose. Hold it here and lift. Take it over to the right elbow, nice and strong, and lift. And let's twist it over to the left elbow. And from here, I want you to release that left arm and straighten that right leg. Hold it up if it's available. And tap, and tap, and tap. Keep that right shoulder blade nice and strong. Exhale, drop that left hand. And let's come into pigeon pose, bending that right knee. So check your alignment here. You can put something under the butt if you want to. Keep it nice and safe. And let's come onto the forearms if you want. Keep that right foot flexed. Protect that knee. Take a couple more breaths. Slowly come onto the hands. And I want you to tuck the left toes under. And let's lift the butt up and shoot that right leg behind us. And from here, you can come forward into your three-legged vinyasa, or you can just meet us in downward facing dog. Take one more inhale. Exhale as you gaze between the hands, step or walk feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And I want you to inhale as you come into your chair pose again. And remember, you can come into the balls of the feet. It's your choice. You can take hold of opposite elbows and pull up through the triceps. And you can go a little deeper. Breathe in, breathe out. And I want you to inhale as you come all the way up. Take the hand and the gaze up. And exhale to release. Just take a few breaths here. So we are going to do chair pose again. So make your adjustments. Let's take a couple more breaths. Inhale as you dip and sweep. So check your feet, check your knees, check your core. Breathe in. Come onto the balls of the feet if you want. Sink a little deeper if you want. It's your choice. Take a deep inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's step it back into plank. Hold it for a little bit longer. Keep the shoulders nice and strong. Sometimes we can hunch them or lift them up too much. But just keep them neutral. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, lower it down. Bend those elbows. Inhale, open the heart. And downward facing dog. Let's inhale that left leg in the air. Let's bend the knee, bring it to the nose. And lift. Take it over to the left elbow. And lift. And over to the right. Release that left leg, open up that right arm and tap. And tap. And tap. Lift. Release that right hand and come into pigeon on the other side. So we're bending that left knee, flexing the right foot. And just come down for a few breaths. We've got about 5 minutes to go. So be careful in pigeon pose. If you've got a lot of space in the butt, put something underneath, like a block. It makes all the difference. You've got to be safe. So just take in a few more breaths. When you're ready, let's come onto your flat hands, tuck the right toes under, and let's shoot that left leg in the air. Option to drop into downward facing dog, option to come forward, three-legged plank, lower it down. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Let's take 3 lion's breaths here. Take one more inhale. Exhale, gaze between the hands, step or walk, feet to hands. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And I want you to inhale as you sweep it back into your final chair pose, Utkatasana. Remember, you can go a little deeper. You can come onto the balls, opposite elbows, just for a couple more breaths. Slowly coming all the way up, shoot the fingers up. Exhale to release. Let's bring the feet mat distance apart. Hands to heart center. And let's slowly come into our yogi squat. Just hold it here. And you can use this to open up the hips a little bit if you want. You can come into your crow pose, bring the hands in front of you. Come onto the balls of the feet. Practice the distance and just slot the knees in towards the triceps. Have a little go. Shifting the weight forward. Take the gaze a little bit ahead of you. When you're ready, just slowly bring yourself back. We've got a couple of minutes to go. I want us to come into our final Shavasana. So let's start lowering it down all the way. Bring the legs out and bring the arms out. Just settling for a few moments. We're going to start deepening the breath. And I want you to slowly start wriggling the fingers and the toes. Just bringing yourself back into the room. Let's rotate the ankles and the wrists both directions. Slowly, slowly bring each knee into the chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze and come up for a nice big stretch. And in your own time, just meet me in a comfortable cross-legged position. Just take your time. You can keep the eyes closed and the face soft. I'm going to bring the hands to heart center. We're going to end today's practice with our 3 clearing breaths. We slowly bring the thumbs up to the third eye. And I want to thank you all for joining me in today's practice. I want to thank you all for joining me on this journey. The inner light in me will always honor the inner light in you. And just remember, no matter how you're feeling, no matter how bad a day you're experiencing, just remember that you matter. Thank you for today's practice. Thank you very much, ladies. Thanks, guys. I'll drop an email around for next week's classes. I might need to rejig Thursday because we've got a couple of work events, but I'll let you know definitely, yeah?
Okay.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.